The Castillo de San Marcos stands as a sentinel of stone, its bastions weathered by centuries of conflict and change. Built by the Spanish in the late 17th century to protect their interests in Florida, the fortress has seen countless lives pass through its gates, soldiers, prisoners, and civilians alike. It is said that the walls, thick with coquina, absorbed not just the cannon fire of enemies, but the very souls of those who perished within. On nights when the moon is high and the tide laps quietly against the fortress's base, whispers of the past can be heard by those who dare to listen. The locals speak in hushed tones of the phantoms who linger in the Castillo, bound to its ancient stones by memories of loss, betrayal, and unfinished business. A legend tells of one such spirit, that of Captain Manuel Abrego, a Spanish officer who had been stationed at the fort during a time of great unrest. In life, Abrego was known for his stern discipline and unwavering loyalty to the crown, but it was his love for Isabella, the daughter of a prominent local merchant, that would seal his fate. Isabella was beautiful, with dark eyes that sparkled like the waters of Matanzas Bay. She and Abrego were to be married, but fate intervened in the form of an English privateer, Captain Jonathan Briggs. Briggs, a cunning and ruthless man, laid siege to the fort in the summer of 1702, intent on claiming it for the English. Abrego fought valiantly, but the fort's defenses were breached. As the battle raged, Isabella, who had sought refuge within the Castillo, was caught in the crossfire. Overcome with grief and rage, Abrego swore vengeance on the invaders. He led a desperate counterattack, his men fighting with a fury born of despair. But the English were too strong, and Abrego himself was mortally wounded in the battle. As he lay dying, he cursed the English and vowed that his spirit would remain in the Castillo until he had avenged Isabella's death. The fort eventually returned to Spanish control, and the years passed, but the legend of Captain Abrego persisted. Soldiers stationed at the fort reported seeing his ghostly figure patrolling the walls, unable to find rest, his eyes searching for enemies who had long since vanished. But the legend says it was not only Abrego who lingered. Isabella's spirit, too, is said to haunt the Castillo. On quiet nights, when the sea mist rolls in thick and heavy, visitors to the fort may hear the soft strains of a woman's voice singing a mournful melody. The song, it is said, was Isabella's Lament, a tune that she had often sung to Abrego in happier times. Those who have heard it spoke of a deep sadness that settled over them, as if the very air was heavy with sorrow. Today, the Castillo de San Marcos stands as a historic monument, a relic of a bygone era. Tourists visit by day, marveling at its architecture and the stories of battles fought long ago. But as dusk falls and the shadows lengthen, the fort's true nature is revealed to those who listen closely. The fort, once a symbol of strength and power, has become a mausoleum of memories, its stones soaked with the anguish of those who can never leave. For within its walls the past lives on, carried on the whispers of ghosts who refuse to be forgotten.